Hello. I don't think I was live before, but just working on this game. Virus Zapper. It's quite funny, so I thought it was live before, I wasn't at all. But anyway, I am now, so that's good. So yeah, I'm just at the minute. I'm just looking at. Let's just play a little bit of it, I guess. This is a WebGL game I'm making in Playcanvas in my spare time, so my main side project. So this is procedural generated environment, and to a degree, I mean the buildings are procedurally generated. There's usually people running around. The idea is going to be to eventually zap this virus and stop it from spreading. So it's obviously based on the current crisis we're in. That's just it's got some random movement going on there. Yeah, at the minute I've just got the timer reset working, so now I'm going to get the people being generated randomly just opposed to just the buildings. So as you can see, there's nothing. It just appears that there's nothing's there, but there's basically a script called generate which generates all the buildings at runtime. So I'm going to try and do that same thing for people. I think I was looking at it before. Yeah, I was here. But let's just try. I'll try and do something here. I'll add it in the same script so it just runs at the same time, I guess. So I think, what did I have? Oh yeah, templates. I have to put it in templates. So I'm going to add where I've already got person. Just like man, I'll just add it in here. So I've already got a template for that. And let's add it. It's got a collision, I suppose. I need to add collision and stuff. So he's gonna, so you can collide into him. I think he's already got a collision. Yeah, on there. And a rigid body, good. Probably dynamic though, not static, because he's going to be moving. Oops. Oops a daisy. There we go. Where is he? There he is. So let's just check the half extents on him. So it needs to be a bit more. Probably like, that's for colliding into him, for collisions, to be proper, as it were. Make that a bit more, yeah. So if I'm the player, if I collide into him, it needs to be a bit less. Probably a bit less, 0.5. There we go. Probably a bit more. Probably just 2 actually. That's it. That's probably about right. Okay, so I've got my template for the man in there. Now I want to add this into the script for generating people. So let's do that. Generate. Okay, so sorry, I'm just sharing the link, so I should be more engaged with it now, I guess. So that's what I'm going to work on. So I need to add in the template for that. So it's under the man is under a thing called, that folder called templates entity. Sorry, I should say really. Let's put man. And I think it's just, what is it called here? Just man, lowercase actually. So I have to remember that because it's case sensitive. There we go, finds it. So I think I'm just going to add Like, ah, yeah, I forgot actually to programmatically add the collisions as well, so I have to do that too. So it's got vari house. I'll do vari var m man clone, which clones this dude. And then I'm going to do add child e, where it says add child e. I'm going to do all this as well, but for m, don't know if exactly how it's going to. So this is where it's setting some positioning. Some stuff I worked out before, and I'll probably have to modify again, I guess. So we got blah blah blah. Sort of maybe add the collision afterwards as well, I guess. Just tidy this script up a bit as well. Add a child, and then m as well. Now in theory, which is a fine thing, I think that means that I'll make it add some random dudes now. So let's have a look. Also need to work on projectiles later because it's not really working properly at the minute. Okay, so the buildings are added. It's good. But no people, so that didn't work. Have a look. See if there's any errors. Have a look at the error console. See if anything pops up. Probably something like undefined usually. So I'll look in the console log. Person collision. Okay, that's running loads of times for some reason. Not sure what's that's coming from. Oh, it's just logging that there's a collision occurring. That's probably this because it's colliding with. Let's just see if we can find this dude where he is. See if there's anyone around, I suppose. Then I'll programmatically create the collision again. Didn't seem to work, so I obviously missed something. Okay. Not that. Done with that one. Done with that. I'll probably do this in a different for loop, I think, actually. I think it's probably just not adding properly. I want to probably just keep it separate, generating the people and the buildings. So let's just do another attribute called number of people or something. Number people, default 20. And then here, copy this code and I'm going to reduce it down a bit. Oh, I missed a bracket or something. What have I missed? Oh, semicolon maybe. Oh yeah, it's just saying already defined, which it is. So I'll check changes to number people, number P or something. Or just P actually, probably. P would be a bit easier. Make it lowercase. P. P++, because we're incrementing the loop every time, and this, what is it? Non-people. It's the attribute we're checking against. Is it, okay, is it matching this number? 4, we don't need that. Or maybe actually, maybe I'm forgetting. No, actually it should be alright. So if we go 4, man, clone it. Find the person entity. Okay, so what's a random YP? Just call it that. No, not that actually. P. It's complaining about things being in the same time. What's be M? What's be M? Ah, it's not number of tiles. It's what would be the equivalent of that actually? That's just, I think, probably just number of people. No, actually, yeah, it needs to be an X position, doesn't it? Oh. Okay. Okay, I need to do something like that, I guess. I think I thought about that probably wrong, so I just need to redo this again. Actually, scrap all that. Maybe if I do just whatever before, so I can do it this much back. Not sure if I can. No. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Just wondering if I could just do this. Don't know. I'm generally not sure, so I'll just try it out. Don't know if I can. Maybe it's that I can't pass in two arguments at the same time. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I want to add a collision box on M as well. Each one. Because there's no obvious error before, it's just like it maybe wasn't being added or something. Blah, 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 blah. Oh yeah, I want to set, not the local scale, doesn't matter. No, I don't want to set a random scale for, I just want to set this at the same. There's no point setting a random scale. That was just, so this here, what setting a random scale for the buildings obviously makes sense, but not for human beings. You don't want some people to be giants and some people to be dwarfs. Okay, let's check this. So that's the line object. It's the tiling positioning. So I think I need to keep that. I was just getting confused before. This is the math stuff for the math generate random values for X, Y, and Z, which is all fine because it's all worked all out before. That's the maths for working out how big the collision box needs to be. Okay, set position, yeah. Okay, let's try that. Let's save that. Now let's try and see if we get some random people being generated, hopefully. Ah, yeah, there we go. We've got a random person there, I saw one. Just a bit too random. The Z shouldn't be random, that's what's going on there. But it is generating a random people, it's just that something's wrong in the way I've done it. As you can see, they're just flying in the air. So, progress actually. Got some procedural generation of the crowd, the people. I just need to, I think, yeah, I'm not sure actually. It's not, I think that's all good. Probably because they're moving, it's different, I guess. And also they've got their own movement scripts as well, which might be screwing with stuff, I guess. So let's have a look at the person script, because there might be something there that's causing it to change. Because at the minute, yeah, it just moves randomly, so it generates a random X value, Z. Ah! So there's a random Z value. I don't know if that's changing things, but let's just see if that affects anything. I'm not sure if it will, but just as a test. Because they're probably going in at, well, if they're going at, I don't think I'm randomising the Z value, I think I'm just saying it to whatever, but yeah, see, they're still like in the wrong place. It's all on the floor. Well, actually, what are they doing? They'll definitely need to be more clustered as well later. Yeah, I need to figure out why this is happening. Okay. Let's go back to the generation script. There's got to be something there, I guess. Random Z. So see what happens if I take that off. Maybe I don't need that there. Oh no, that's half extent. That's not relevant actually. So what's going on here is that there's these objects, these entities. Just to explain a little bit of what I'm trying to do here. They're under a templates entity. That's what templates defined by name means, is what it's referencing. I'm doing a for loop for the number of tiles which is defined their attributes, and then including them, and then there's these variables just generate random values for X, Y and Z. Then we add component collision for both of those things, so math to work out how big it is. Then set the position. This one doesn't need scale setting, so we don't set it, and then add each one in the for loop. So that's what's going on there. But for some reason at the minute they just like starts floating in the air and stuff. It's just strange. Unless it's something to do with the gravity, I guess. It's just, I think I need to set it something separate, because then I can do these two separately. I think. Let's just do, and then call this P, just to keep it underscore P, just to keep it easier naming wise. Maybe it's not the best naming wise convention, but I just want to do that. And then I'll create a separate for loop like I was trying to do before, basically, I guess. So let's just pass this. So I should get these new things coming through. There we go. Maybe make it 20 so there's more people, more generated again. I mean, then I want to do another for loop. I'm going to take a lot of this chunk out. A lot of this will be taken out. And then this is underscore P. Is it uppercase? Yeah. I'm going for the very exciting work of making sure all my variables are named correctly. Possibly not the best naming convention, I don't know, but just clone the people this time. And then call that P. Try and keep the naming convention all the way through. The same, otherwise it'll get confusing for anyone reading it, as if it wasn't enough already. Get rid of that. Get rid of this, because it's not this. We're not setting it there. P, underscore P. Riveting viewing, I'm sure, for anybody watching. Okay, but and just add the child M. Yeah. There's probably going to be a ton of mistakes here now because of this, but yes. So just go through where all of these are and just figure out. Just replace. So you can't really do a find and replace in this editor in Playcanvas, I don't think. Maybe you can, I'm not sure, but I've never seen it. Random Y. Random Z. X is used that scope, so it's just X needs to be X underscore P. Yeah, Y underscore P. Oh yeah, and let's tidy this up. So it's in two separate functions now for generating both. Probably easier to understand that way. Get rid of that. So the ones for generating the buildings, the ones for generating the... And I think that's probably a tidier way of doing that. So it's probably a better way, it's easier to understand. This is wrong. Unnecessary semicolon. Oh yes, there is, indeed. So fixed all these problems now. Let's have a look. What happens now? Oh, they've all disappeared now, it looks like. No! Okay. That didn't work as I anticipated. So something went wrong there, obviously. Probably missed something somewhere, I guess. Try and make it center or something. I don't know if that'll make a difference. Probably shouldn't do it all, really. There's no error in the way I've written stuff, I'm thinking. I've added M, right? Yeah, up child. Ah, Y, way up. Seriously. It'll be just things like this. See, I've missed the Y. And also I only need that. No, I need house actually there at the top, but I don't need grass really, but it doesn't matter for now. That shouldn't be XXXP, it should be XP. Yep. So just my variables were a bit off there. Okay. So there's a few things off there, so save that. Give it a go again. See if I get anybody created. Hopefully it'll be all good now. Yep, I think I can see some people. Same error as before, but we have people being generated. The only problem is they're flying off off their axis somewhere. I don't know why. I'm not sure why that's happening. They're just flying off in the air for some reason. Quite funny, but maybe if I just... It's got to be something to do with generation, so let's try to take out the random... the collision shouldn't make a difference, so should it's positioning. So that's only setting works on Y, I think. Yeah. So just see if it's this line that's causing that problem. I'll set it to something like, I don't know, blah 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 blah, not divided by 2, because it's save that, see what it does. I have to do experiment a lot now just to figure out what's going on with that. Main thing is I don't want it just floating off. It needs to be on the still doing it. I should probably make this, should be a rigid body already, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And it's got, okay, interesting.